Hi guys, I hope you are having a good January. If you saw my update vlog, you will know that the reason that this video has taken me so long to be able to record and get out to you guys is because I've kept on having colds and that's just got in the way of me being able to film. But today I am finally going to be able to show you all of my amazing Harry Potter and Wizarding World goodies which I got for Christmas. Enjoy! I was very lucky this year. I've got a lot of items to get through, so I'm going to start off by showing you this Gryffindor jumper. This one I got from my husband and it's a very generous size small, and I believe it was bought from Primark. It's got a lovely Gryffindor badge on it and it's this wonderful burgundy and gold colour. And it's actually got the stripe on the arm and on the wrist as well. It's really thick, it's really cozy, and it's really Gryffindor. So those are all good things to me. This was my second Gryffindor jumper. You can tell that it's Gryffindor because of this crest here. But besides that, it's a lot more subdued because it's just burgundy and grey instead of gold and burgundy. And it's stripy all over. Instead of being plain red with a strip of gold and a little strip of gold, it's just stripy all the way over. I don't like this one quite as much, although it's a lot more wearable, and that's not just because of its colour tones, because it makes it a lot easier to put with other clothes. It's also because of it being a little bit less outrageously Harry Potter, because I don't always want to have too much house pride showing off everywhere. It's also a little bit thinner, so I'm not getting quite as warm in this one, and its style goes with my other clothes. So this is a hanging sign. And this says, "I'd rather be at Hogwarts," and it's got this really nice grey marble effect in the background, and this really, really nice gold border and gold lightning bolt, and they're actually shiny, so that stands out really nicely as I just tilt it back and forth, almost like a holographic or something. So this is a really nice quality item. It's going to look fantastic on my wall. I think that it's really quality, it looks really nice, and it's just going to look amazing on my wall. Next up is this beautiful set of glasses. As you can see, you've got a stag and a doe, which obviously represents Lily and James Potter. And then on the other side, we've got Hogwarts crest, and then we've also got the Deathly Hallows symbol on this side. So I love how they're not completely identical, although they're clearly a matching pair, because that kind of gives them each their own identity at the same time as them both being one. The fact that my husband got these for me is just really romantic and sweet. I just think that that's really lovely. They're really nice quality. They're fairly thick, although I'm still going to be super careful with them. I think that there's just one little chip. I don't know if you can see that. There is just one little chip just inside the picture, just there. But I don't mind about that little thing. I just think that they are absolutely gorgeous. I've already started using them, and I've enjoyed using them, and I love having these as a set for my kitchen. I especially love having Hogwarts and Harry Potter themed items which I can actually have and use about and around my home instead of having things which I purely put up for display's sake. Although I must say that there are a few things which I come across which are just so nice or old or just I know their value, so I'm not going to throw value away. But at the same time, as I said, I do like having things which I can just use, and the fact that there is the slight defect on this one means that this is a pair which I definitely can and do use. This is a book which my mum bought for me. It's Harry Potter on Location, an unofficial review and guide to the locations used for the entire film series. So this is an extremely comprehensive guide to where all of the Harry Potter films and also the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them film, where all of those locations were shot. As you can see, that's actually like the courtyard with the corridors all around, because of course Hogwarts isn't in one place, it has had to be made out of a whole bunch of places, as well as being, of course, set within a studio. Now, I know for a fact that at least one of the corridors in Harry Potter comes from a cathedral in Gloucestershire City. Sorry, I say that really badly. Gloucestershire? Gloucester? I don't know. Anyway, so my mum went there, and I've actually been there and I've walked down that corridor myself. And my mum bought that from there, so that's where this comes from. But we can see that it's got some beautiful pictures in it, and so much writing. I would take a very long time to read through this thing. But it's definitely something which I'm planning to do at some point. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you want me to try and create a video out of all of this information that's in this book. If you think that I should go away, read the entire thing and summarise it so that I can give you a fast-forwarded version of everywhere which Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts was filmed. Because that does sound like an interesting project. It would certainly take a long time, it'd take a lot of work, but if you guys want to do it, I'm interested, so let me know. But that is a very, very interesting present to have, definitely something which will give me a great wealth of knowledge. Thumbs up for that. Another present from Aaron, my husband, are these two every flavour beans candles. We've got a sherbet lemon, and we've got rhubarb and custard. So we'll start off by looking at the sherbet lemons. We've got this jelly bean logo going all the way around, and this really pretty pink and white patterning on the top here. If I open it up, it's really quite tight, the lid on this. It's not a screw, it's just really tight. Here we go, there we go, pop. As you can see, I have been using it, and it has a really nice lemony scent. It's not too strong a scent when it's actually burning. It smells more when it's not burning than the smoke does, but it does still smell quite nicely, so it's great to freshen up the room and make it smell like sweeties. The second one is rhubarb and custard. This is a much sweeter smell, and I really like this. It's not massively rhubarby, it's actually quite a flowery scent, but not too overpowering. Just really, really pretty scent. Again, I have used it a little bit, but not nearly as much as the sherbet lemons, and that's just because I like this one so much that I don't want to overuse it and then not have it when I particularly want it. So that's my two scented candles which I got, which are really, truly wonderful. Speaking of sweets, this gorgeous little tin does come with some sweets in it, and it's from Marks and Spencer's. It's got Harry reading a book, and you can tell that this was actually designed before the movies came out, because this isn't movie Harry, this is a book illustration Harry. And you can see that just in how he looks. It doesn't look a thing like Daniel Radcliffe, but it is fantastic. And in fact, I actually really like the pre-film illustration work. I think I maybe like it a little bit more than the illustration work, which is actually based on the actors. It's got these jelly beanie things in it, which have all got completely stuck together. If I try and separate one, I actually can't tell whether that was supposed to be any kind of specific shape originally. This actually was in a bag, which was left outside my door one day. It had lots of cards from people that I knew, but this item here was just inside the bag with the cards, with all of the things, and I have no idea who it's from. So if you are watching this video, thank you very much. I really like it. The sweets, I can't remember what they taste like, but I can remember that they were unusual, but very sweet, and I did like them. I think the one other thing that I want to say about this product, actually, maybe I shouldn't be eating these sweets. It does say copyrighted 2001. This could be quite old. The only other thing that I want to say about this is I think I recall my twin brother Peter actually having a tin like this years and years ago. and I thought that tin was really cool then. So having my own tin now, it's awesome. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for because it's quite small, but it's quite a handy tin, and even if I don't use it for anything, it is a really nice display piece. The next two items which I want to show you are both handmade, and the first one of these is this wand here. This was made for me by my grandpops, and that's why it has this kind of really interesting gold symbol on here. And I'm not going to talk too much about this one, however you're welcome to check out my complete wand collection, which has a full review of this item, as well as a review of all of my other wands. But this was a wand from him, which is really fantastic. It's not actually a wood which is black, but it has been painted black, and it's really nicely crafted. It's a fantastic item. My second handcrafted item is these coasters here, which were made for me by my Auntie Jenny. So she made these for me, and she's very good at arts and crafts. I personally think so, she is anyway. And she made these. As you can see, they are Hogwarts, but they are each a different house. So they've got like the outline of it all inside of the shape of the house. I'm explaining that really badly, but let me go into it. So we've got a lion outline shape, and then inside the silhouette of a lion you've got Hogwarts itself, and then again you've got that with the badger and with the eagle and with the snake. One of the first things that you'll notice besides the animals is that the colour themes are completely different, and that is also a way of showing the different houses, because we've got this burgundy colour with the gold for the Gryffindor coaster. We've got the dark grey with yellow for the Hufflepuff poster. We've got this greeny and yellowy tones for Slytherin. And then we've got these bluey tones for Ravenclaw. And the more you look at these, the more you notice these very subtle differences, such as in the shape of the shading down here. Because here you've got it going straight and then you've got a kind of tower shape, whereas here it's more like an M. Again, here you've got a kind of M, but then there's other things which are different. There's just lots of really subtle differences between each one, which kind of shows me that it's not been perfectly stenciled, that she's actually done these by hand, which is just really, really sweet. I especially appreciate homemade items. I think it's really especially touching when someone else makes something for you. There's just something so amazing in that they've gone to the effort to think about it and to put in the work and the time and just wearing their heart on a sleeve really to make something for you that they hope that you'll like. Because if you don't like it, then it's almost a little knock on their own skill. So I just think that it's especially nice when something is homemade. So these are an absolutely amazing item that I got for Christmas for that reason, and because they're amazing in themselves. Here we've got a cup and saucer which I have not used yet. It says Harry Potter limited edition. I don't know how limited that is, but I think that makes this pretty special. It's got the classic blue packaging all over, which we see commonly in Harry Potter items, especially official ones, and this one came from Primark. Okay, as I said, I haven't actually used this cup and saucer yet, but it's adorable. Here we've got Accio Tea written around the saucer in this really cute writing with these little diamonds and stars all the way around. I think that that's really cute. And then we've got Harry Potter written on the bottom as well. And then we get to the teacup itself. What I find amazing about this is it's so well themed. So on the one side we've got, my dear, you have the Grim. Except it's got a question mark. I don't recall that being a question. And of course we've got the Grim, or the dog, on the other side here. So this really has a feel of the third movie, of being in divination with Trelawney and her talking about the Grim, And you have the teacup, of course, because they were reading tea leaves at the time. And you've got the Grim here as well. So it's really well themed, really well tied together. And Akio tea is just adorable. Literally the only thing I'm going to be using this cup and saucer for is for a normal cup of tea. I'm not even going to use it for fruit teas, just because it's so perfect for it. And you can be sure I'm going to be really careful not to chip it or anything like that. I think if there was just one thing that I would change about this, is I would have the Grim shape here where it looks like it's been made out of dry tea leaves. That's why it's got this grainy quality all over it. Is to actually have that on the inside so that you're sort of reading it like tea leaves. I think that's the one thing that I would change. However, I think that the reason that that's not the case is because I think it's probably harder to print on the inside of cups than on the outside, because I very rarely see cups with a design on the inside. If we put those together, you can see what an adorable set that is. It's absolutely gorgeous. As I said, I have not used that, but I'm going to find it a real personal pleasure when I do. Okay guys, we are nearing the end of the video today. We have only 3 items left. So the first of these 3 items is our last wearable, and that is this 3 set of socks which I got from Aaron. They all show off Hedwig, so they're all wonderful owl designs. The first of these 3 is these dark blue and white owl trainer socks. The dark blue and the white contrast really nicely and bring out Hedwig's golden eyes. I think that that's a really simple design. I especially like Hedwig just being this plain cream. I think that suits him really well and looks really pretty. The second design of the socks is the multiple Hedwigs with all of the stars. It looks very magical. I love this grey tone. It's a lovely colour for socks. I like grey socks. It's a little bit more busy because of it having lots of the same pattern, which is less my preference. I prefer very plain, simple designs, but it's part of the set and I love Hedwig anyway, so it's a wonderful idea to have Hedwig socks. My favourite out of these socks is this pair, because Hedwig is fluffy. So we've actually got a fluffy owl here, and there's obviously the stripes here. And stripy socks, I don't know what it is about them, but I love stripy socks. Stripy socks work for me. So those are my favourite. These are my second favourite. And those are my least favourite out of this 3 set of socks. This is a pin, which my mum got for me. So I got this along with the booklet on Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts locations. It's got a standard butterfly clip on the back. So that will just go on again. And it's sparkly. It's black with glitter and says "Free the House Elves." And if we look really closely, there's actually a little picture of Dobby right next to the V, which I actually did not notice until now. That is adorable. It's a straightforward, very simple circular shape. The good thing about circular pins is they're not going to get caught on anything, or at least they're a lot less likely to. And I think that this is really lovely. I think that it would make a little bit more sense if it said Spew on it, because that is what Hermione's club is actually called, it's Spew. Regardless of that, I think that the black and the gold look really gorgeous, really sophisticated against one another, and I love the really, really tiny Dobby on there because that's just so detailed. That's a really wonderful touch. Now guys, it is time for my last Harry Potter Holidays haul item. This is my favourite item. I've deliberately been saving it until last because it is so amazing. I love it so much. These stamps. I got these stamps from my pops, who is my father-in-law, and there's quite a set here. Let's see, which ones to start with? Okay, so firstly it comes with this leaflet, this kind of booklet, which looks really nice. It's really well illustrated, it's got these beautiful pictures from various parts of the films in it. So some really great moments. And it's even got bits of writing about each of the pictures. It's got things about Harry Potter and Flying Forward Anglia and Ron Weasley. Sorry, my words just keep coming out so wrong at the moment. Tri-Wizard Cup. Feel free to pause if you guys want to read that properly. And then we've got these beautiful first class stamps, which, trust me, I am never, ever in my life going to use for anything. I'm keeping these completely as a collector's item. So when I was talking earlier about things that I like to keep and just protect, and things which I like to use, and how mostly I like products which I can use, but I do understand the value of some items, this is something which I would consider a value item, and I do consider it a value item, and I'm not going to be using them or devaluing them in any way. We've got Hermione, and she's got a little time turner here. We've got the Hogwarts Express with Hogwarts in the background. Harry with a golden snitch. We've got the Forward Anglia with the Whomping Willow behind it. Ron with a chessboard and a knight from his best moments. We've also got Hagrid and Harry with the Dementors. Ginny with the Basilisk. The Tri-Wizard Cup with the dragon. Neville Longbottom with the Sword of Gryffindor. And the Knight Bus. And I think in the background that is probably supposed to be the Grim, but I'm not too sure because it doesn't look very dog-like to me. But they've all got a different colour, they're all in a really nice artistic style, as well as having sort of the photograph style for the character itself. They've got these wonderful colours in a sort of watercolour style behind them, which looks really fantastic. There's just so much care has gone into the design of this product. And even the first, I've just noticed, on the actual one of the first, it's actually a lightning bolt. That is incredible. That's absolutely amazing. The fact is that these could actually be used as official legal tender stamps, and because they don't have a price mark on them, I will be able to use these as first class stamps in 50 years time, 100 years time. I could still use these as long as Royal Mail is running. Of course I'm not going to, I'm never going to, but that's an interesting fact. We've got a few stamps here more, which came with it, and these have the professors. You've got Professor Sprout, Professor Slughorn, Professor Trelawney, Professor Lupin, and also Severus Snape. And they've all got the Marauders map kind of background to them as well, which looks very nice. I prefer these stamps here. I prefer the colours and the main characters and all of these iconic items and vehicles that we see within the Harry Potter films, but these just add to the collection as well. Guys, this is my favourite item that I got for Christmas, and possibly my favourite Harry Potter item ever. I would probably trade, if I didn't own this already, I would probably trade all of my wands for this. This is just beautiful, amazing quality, well thought of, clearly designed by people who care about the franchise and who understand it and understand the fans. This is an incredible collectible item, but this is my most treasured item right now. I think it's so cool. As you can see, guys, I have a hell of a lot of a collection from this Christmas of Harry Potter goodies that I got. This isn't even everything because I couldn't fit the glasses or the tea set on here and I didn't want to risk them slipping off and breaking. So this is as much as I could safely put on here with the jumpers kind of hidden underneath. This is so much stuff and I love all of it so much. It's just all so wonderful. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I've certainly enjoyed making it and having a chance to really appreciate each of the things which I got. Tell me in the comments what your favourite items were, let me know, and also feel free to tell me things which you got for Christmas. I'd love to know about them. So as I said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And as always, thank you so much for watching and keep collecting.